This is the first of two videos for Unit 3 talking about discussion boards. This video will go through the parts of a discussion board and how to use it. If you've used them before and you're very familiar with them, feel free to stop this video, skip it, and move on to the next video on scaffolding. Basically, what a discussion board is a repository, a place to put a bunch of sorted or categorized posts about particular subjects. Most course management systems like Blackboard, Moodle, Angel, they have a discussion board option. Now the students may not be able to use it. Depending on your system, it may be inactive for the students. You may have to check the user's guide for your particular system to make sure it's activated if you wish to use it. We'll be using Blackboard as a model here because that's what you use here at the University at Albany. And Blackboard, a discussion board, looks like this, and it displays fairly similar on other tools as well. You've got a series of what are called forum areas. Now this is important to understand. A discussion board is basically a hierarchical structure. Means at one level it's got similar items, you go down a level, it's got other similar items, and it works its way up. The uppermost level is the entire discussion board for a course. The course contains forums. The forums are designed to be the discussion area for particular topics. It could be a unit or module in that course. It could be, as is done here, we have a large course, so we're breaking up a discussion into multiple groups, and each group has their own forum. Creating a forum is very, very easy. All the tools have a button that says something like Create Forum, like this. You click it, and a screen will open up to allow you to create the forum. There's two basic parts to a forum. Is the name of the forum, and each one has to have a unique name within the discussion board, and then a short description of what the forum is talking about so the people who will be posting items to it know the appropriate forum to put things. For instance, let's say I create a very common forum for an online course. That's a course that does not have any face-to-face lectures or opportunities for the students to get together and see each other. So a common forum in those courses is a meet your classmates type forum. I've also cut and pasted into the description a sample description of what the Meet Your Classmates forum should do. You want to provide that kind of information so the students understand. It's an ability to give them some direction. This here, it's asking for a short description about the student, asking for particular things I want to have included so that the post can look somewhat similar so it's easy for the people to follow along, but I leave it open for the students to add other information they would like. And now I save that. And as you see, that forum is now put among the list of forums. Now within a forum, you have a series of threads. A thread is a series of individual posts by individual students that are all gathered together for a particular specific topic. So you could have an initial post in the thread, and then all further posts to that would be replies to that initial post, either adding information to it or saying they might want something changed or whatever the purpose of the thread is. Now you can have multiple threads in a forum. So you might have slightly different questions that are being asked. Say you have a forum for one particular group assignment. The assignment has 6 questions. You can have a thread for each one of the 6 questions. Creating a thread is as easy as creating a forum. You just click on Create Thread. Now, you as an instructor might want to do that yourself, so the initial thread in all of the forums, a description of what you want that thread to cover. Or you could leave it for a thread to be begun by the students. It really depends on the experience level of your students. If they've used discussion groups before and understand what to do, you can let them create their own threads, or you might want to start each thread and just have them post to it. Like the forums, a thread needs to have a specific subject. So in this case, we'll call it Work on Question 2, for instance. All right. And then what follows that is the message. This is the actual text that will appear. And it's designed very similar to, other places where you put text. It's got some of the same options of word processing files where you can select a style type, the size, the type of font, whether it's bold, italic, underlined, has a strike through it. You have numbered and bulleted lists. Some of the other icons, they can be based on what is available in that particular discussion group or particular course management system that allows you to add. Most of them have the ability to add a link to a document or a web page that's out there on the internet. You can change the color of the text, do highlighting, things like that. You can experiment with these icons and then provide a short little instructional video or something for your students to show them the icons you might want them to use throughout the course for their discussions. So once you have the message you'd like to send to start the thread, you would start the thread using whatever means that particular system has available. In Blackboard, it's a submit key. And see, now the thread appears in the discussion area. Just the subject of the first thread. As people are adding more discussions and more posts to that thread, there's going to be more involved in that thread. See, we have total number of posts is 1. As they add, that number will go up. But in the forum, all you'll ever see is this subject, the title, the subject title of the first post for that thread. People can add posts to the thread by simply clicking reply, and they will get the same window that would appeared when we were starting a new thread. The ability to put a subject in there and then the message text. Now, automatically when they hit reply, the subject will receive RE : and the name of the subject of the previous thread that they are replying to. You can determine if that's fine or if you want each student, when they put a post, to put a new distinct subject title onto the post. Different instructors prefer different things. It's really kind of up to you how you want to do it. That's basically how it works. If you've never monitored discussion groups before, I'd recommend you do so on a fairly frequent basis, at least once every 48 hours, so that you can make sure that the students are keeping up with it, that they're using it appropriately, especially if you've got a mix of students, some of whom have never used discussion groups before.